Hi, my name is Tim Maximenko. I am the head of the AVAS project and I will tell you about why we do full-scale natural tests and why we resort to the help of the blind listeners. First, a little background. Since the mid-2000s, hybrid and electric vehicles have become popular among increasingly eco-savvy population concerned about air pollution and its health impacts and rising fuel prices. Blind and visually impaired people around the world welcomed this trend until technology threatened their safety and independent mobility. In 2008, the World Blind Society created a document and outlined their position on the growing popularity of such vehicles. It relied heavily on the draft previously prepared by the European Blind Union. It was the World Society of the Blind that influenced, with its appeal to the UN in 2008, taking the initiative to introduce sound for silent electric cars in order to reduce the number of accidents involving their words. In the early years of the past decade, AVAS, Acoustic Vehicle Alerting System, was developed and introduced as a solution to the problem of low noise in electric cars. It was a monotonous sound produced by a car when driving at low speed to alert others to its presence. In 2019, the European Union passed a Law 138 requiring the installation of AVAS systems on all new electric vehicles starting in July 2021. Similar measures have been taken in other countries such as the United States, China and Japan. This is an important step to ensure the safety of pedestrians and other road users and to reduce the risk of accidents associated with the sales of quiet electric vehicles. Thus, the main reason why AVAS became mandatory for installation on all hybrid and electric cars was to ensure the safety of pedestrians and other road users. This decision was made based on the perceived problem of stealth of electric vehicles and as a result of the adoption of relevant legislation in various countries. Let's get back to our tests. As mentioned earlier, the first AVAS system sounded quite primitive and had one warning layer. Did it work in terms of visibility? For sure, but does the brand reflect this? And will people be pleased if 100, 200, 1000 of these cars appear on the roads? That's the question. Therefore, a team of our engineers, acousticians and sound designers developed various categories of sounds for the THOR AVAS system, consisting of different layers, one of which also includes an announcement sound. But by adhering to the mentioned UN regulation, which stipulates that the AVAS sound should not exceed 75 dBA, the THOR team created beautiful harmonious melodies. The most important thing in this technology is visibility for pedestrians, so that the sound helps avoid an accident and so that it is associated with approaching transport, be it an electric car or an electric scooter. Therefore, THOR AVAS dynamically changes its sound, taking into account the increase in speed, braking, acceleration and deceleration. How are measurements taken? To conduct tests on the street, a stand with many sensors and microphones was assembled. Participants were seated on the chairs and given remote controls, by pressing which the operator received a signal to the main computer, which collected data about the speed of the vehicle, the volume of the system and the distance at which people noticed the approach of the electric car. The vehicle drives at speeds of 10, 20, 30 km per hour and at different AVAS volumes, but within the limits permitted by UN Rules number 138, according to which all AVAS systems must operate. Listeners also participated in tests where AVAS was completely turned off to understand the difference between the sound from the tires and with the system. A stand is a set of equipment and software that is used to carry out tests. The stand was designed with the ability to perform two independent tests, measuring the maximum permissible sound level of vehicle according to the rules number 138 and determining the visibility of the vehicle. While the vehicle is moving at a constant speed, experts detect its approach and press a keyboard button. The vehicle moves through the measurement zone in which the level sound is installed and the arrival time for each expert is calculated. In the operating mode with the AVAS system turned off, a pattern can be traced. At 10 km per hour, the detection time is the same for everyone. But at 20 to 30 km per hour, the blind people notice the electric vehicle before the sighted. And what conclusions we got after analyzing data with THOR AVAS system enabled, you will learn from the following issues. Stay with us.